All right, welcome. So this is going to be a complete tutorial on AI blogging, a full step-by-step course on how to leverage AI to produce blog content that ranks on Google and that makes you money, right? And here are a few case studies of people leveraging AI to actually see results. These guys right here, Rova, they're a fintech company. They actually just bought a bank for 35 million euros. They've hired over 100 people, and they're using the same strategy that I'll cover in this course to rank on Google and to produce content. These were the results, right? And a bunch of key rankings right here and a bunch of traffic. Here's another guy that used, again, this strategy that I'm going to go over. Even SEMrush, if you don't know, SEMrush is a billion-dollar company, commented on his results saying impressive results because in fact, the results are quite impressive. The guy is Luca. I'll link it down below in the description so you can see the actual post. He grew from 0 to almost 3,000 in traffic in just a couple of months and almost 6,000 keyword rankings organically on Google. This is the screenshot from his Google Search Console, and he's making $10,000 a month off of this site. I'll link down below the case study on it. But again, this is to show you that if you apply the things that I'm going to teach you in this course, you'll be able to hopefully achieve similar results. And this is not just these guys, there's a bunch more, right? These is all done with AI blogging, a bunch of these keyword rankings, all this traffic right here, all this growth. Same more here, same more here. This is actually an automated blog posting posted 189 blogs, 5 posts per day. This is in the non-English speaking market. Well, I'll go over all this in detail later on. I want to go over the very first step into actually leveraging AI into producing content, which is how to find the right keywords to target. Now, I know this is boring, right? And it's just boring, but it's the very single most important thing you need to do in order to move on, right? Because if you don't know what keywords you're targeting, so if you don't know what keywords you want to rank for, you're just going to be wasting time. Or worse, if you think you know the keywords you want to rank for, but in reality you're just targeting the wrong keywords, you're just going to spend time and money, and I don't want you to do this. So how do you actually find the right keywords to rank for your niche? So it is quite simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And so let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, and you can apply this to your niche, right? But let's say, for example, my niche, I have a physical store where I sell iPhone repair, right? So I repair people's iPhones, right? People come into my store and I repair their iPhones. Now, I have a site, let's say I have a site that ranks on Google for multiple terms, right? People can come in by typing, for example, where to repair an iPhone or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone. My site is ranking, I have blog post ranking for this. People come into the blog post, they call me and they come into my business, right? But I also have people coming into my business that are searching on Google for example, how to repair an iPhone, right? And all these keywords bring in traffic, right? Let's say this keyword on how to repair an iPhone has 10,000 searches per month, while these two keywords of where or how much does it cost only have 1,000 searches per month. Now, one might think that, okay, I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to target this one, right? How to repair an iPhone is someone that's interested, has 10,000 searches. Even though it's a bit more competitive, I'm still going to target it. Now, the issue with this is that this keyword, how to repair an iPhone, has a low buyer intent, while the keywords where or how much have a high buying intent. For example, we can assume that someone searching for how to repair an iPhone, most likely they want to try and do it themselves. While someone searching for where or how much, we can assume, right, we can extrapolate that most likely they want to pay someone to do it for them, right? And this is the very first thing you need to do. And you need to apply this to your own business. And after that, you need to draw what I call the keyword matrix, where, of course, in the y-axis, we have BI, which is buying intent. And this is all going to be tied up with this up here. And in the x-axis, we have traffic, which the higher the traffic, the higher the competition, right? Makes sense, right? If you have a high traffic keyword, most likely it's going to be very competitive. And by traffic, I mean the monthly searches of that keyword. Now, you need to apply, you need to do this exercise for your own business, for your own niche, because don't try to outsource this, because you, as the business owner, as the operator, you know better than anyone else what people are buying and why they're buying it from you, right? If you have a business, if you sell something, whether it's a service or a product, people are paying you because you're solving an issue for them, right? Whether you're a plumber, right? People are paying you to go out and fix their pipes, right? If you're a plastic surgeon, people are paying you to fix their face or their body, right? If you have a software business, people are paying you to get access to your software that solves a problem for them, right? So you need to figure out, okay, what issue are people giving me money that I'm solving it for them, right? And once you figure out that issue and figure out a couple of keywords, right? Once you have this list of keywords, what you do is you list them all here in this matrix, right? And you only target keywords here and here in these two quadrants. You don't go for here and for here. Why? Because keywords here, for example, this keyword here, how much does it cost, how to repair an iPhone, is a keyword that's probably here, right? Why? Because it is a high traffic keyword with high competition and low buying intent. While these ones, let's say, where to repair an iPhone or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone, both of these have high buying intent. So they would be somewhere here in these two quadrants, right? And so you don't want to go for keywords here because, again, low traffic, low buying intent, don't even bother, right? High traffic, meaning high competition, low buying intent is as if you were just ranking for keywords that, yeah, you might get some clicks, but the effort, the time, the money you put into it, the clicks will not be transformed into money, into clients, right? And that's what you want. And the keywords that have the highest likelihood of being quote unquote transformed into money are high buying intent keywords, right? How much does it cost to repair an iPhone? Where can I repair my iPhone? Or where can I do plastic surgery? How much does it cost to do this specific plastic surgery in this city, right? These keywords, if you put yourself in your customer's shoes, if you put yourself in someone that's searching for them, actively searching for them, you will notice that these have high buying intent. And again, you have to do this exercise for your business, for your niche, list all your keywords and start posting them here in this matrix and only go for the ones in these two upper quadrants, right? That's the very, very first step, right? You don't want to do anything else. You want to be building backlinks, producing content without having this nailed down. And again, you as the business owner, you know as better than anyone else how to do this. Okay, so this is the very first thing. And again, you can use tools like Journalist AI to help you out with this. You can even use Google. You can use ChatGPT, right? It's free. But here, for example, if you go to Keyword Monitors, add your site, add your URL, add your target language, it will give you a list of keywords, right, with the monthly searches and the difficulty. And you can like go off of here and see, okay, which one of these, this is actually for the gardening niche. This is the gardening store. Which one of these have high buying intent? Okay, there's a bunch of here right here. Let me see here. Let me just start with the top, right? Gardening kit for beginners, right? This is a high buying intent keyword, right? But also has some decent traffic. So this would be, for example, place here, right? But again, someone searching for gardening kit for beginner, gardening kit, that's the product, right? Product, and that's the ideal customer profile, right? They want this product for this type of person. So this is a high buying intent keyword. This as well, let me see here. This too, but this is quite competitive. Let me see here a couple more, because I actually want to give you valuable examples and proper examples, right? This one's a great one. Gardening tools for seniors, high buying intent keyword. I do want to find a or this one, bog plants. I'm not sure what this is, or this is here, black plants, right? You might have a store that sells black plants or black plant seeds, but ranking for black plants is, first of all, is a high traffic, high competition keyword, and it isn't necessarily a high buying intent keyword, right? Someone searching for black plants, maybe they're just doing some case studies, maybe they're doing some work for school, right? Maybe they're just interested in black plants, right? So it is not a high buying intent keyword. So it's one right about here, right? High traffic, high competition, and low buying intent. So again, you want to leverage these tools, whether that's Journalist AI, whether that's ChatGPT, or even Google, or just your own brain, right? To build out your keyword matrix. Super, super important. And I spend a lot of time on this because it's super important, because again, you don't want to be starting your strategy with the wrong keywords, because you're just going to be wasting time, right? So that is the very first thing. Now, moving on, to achieve these types of results you see here, right? It's not just about targeting the right keywords, right? It's about also producing ROI-positive content, right? And this essentially is about satisfying the user's search intent, right? You know, of course, that if you type in collars for dogs, Google will not suggest you products for cats, right? It is satisfying the user's search intent. It's only showing search results that satisfy the user's intent of that search. Pretty obvious, right? Makes perfect sense. But so what you need to do with this is you take your keywords and you produce content that's tailored and that satisfies the search intent of that specific keyword, right? And that content needs to be engaging, right? If you're producing blog posts, and I'll show you here this one right here. Again, you don't need to use this, you just can because it's easier. But for example, let's say my niche is the gardening niche, right? I produce content for my gardening blog, which I'll then syndicate and pull in all that traffic for my gardening blog to my gardening site that has a Shopify store on the back end, and I sell them my gardening supplies, right? I should be producing, for example, 8 tips for starting a gardening as a newbie, right? With this image, with a proper table of contents, proper structuring, right? I give the user, right, at the top of the article. They don't have to scroll down to find what the article is about. I give them all the answers right up top, right? I have in-article images, I have links to other articles of mine, I have links to my products, I have links to other authoritative sources. For example, if this were to be an article about finance, I'd want to link out to Investopedia. I'd want to link out to maybe TechCrunch, maybe Bloomberg, right? All of these authoritative publications in my niche that complement and increase the value of this piece of content, right? If I make some claims, I want to back them up with actual sources of those claims. It is a best practice of quality content. Also add videos, right? Add videos that complement and add value to your piece of content, right? By the way, this is all done with AI, right? All this written here, even the images, this is all AI-based images and content. And the videos here aren't just random videos, right? This video is tailored to what the content is about, right? And this is, again, all done with AI. And you see this, and you see, okay, this actually satisfies the user search intent because it is a valuable article. For example, for the plant niche, it is a very visual niche, right? And there are niches that are less visual, right? But for visual niches, you want to offer the customer or the potential customer as best content as you can, right? Images, videos, links, bullets, tables, quotes, right? All this done for you. And there's a bunch here, right? All this done with AI, and you can just click here to post some my integration. But I won't dive too deep into this right now because you don't need to use this software as you can because it saves you a bunch of time because I can just click here and post it straight to my site one by one, or I can just click here, publish all, and all 6 will be published to my site. By the way, this says integration because integrations can be anything you want, right? It can be your WordPress site, Shopify store, GoSwix, Webflow or even Zapier or an external API, right? You can post to all these sites. But my goal here is that first things first is you need to find the keywords, then you produce content based off of those keywords that satisfies user search intent, right? That's better than anything else that's out there, okay? That's super important. Now, when it comes to being ROI positive, you want to make sure that when you write a piece of content, let me show you here again, another niche. Again, you don't need to use this. I'm just showing you because I have a couple of articles here. For example, for the golden retriever niche, right? How to make sure that the content is optimized for sales, right? Someone searching, for example, for how to groom a golden retriever. Our article pops up, right? And again, this, like I said before, might not be a very buying intent keyword because if they're searching for how to groom a golden retriever, most likely we can assume that they want to do it themselves. Now, however, maybe if they read through the article, we can recommend some products to them, right? Link them to our Shopify store that has some dog grooming products, shampoos, whatever, right? Nail trimmers, for example, like here, biscuits and bath, for example. Let's see here. Let me see another one right here. I think there was a link here for a trimmer, nail clippers, right? Linking to your Shopify store, right? But what you can do here is have a section down below here. You have your conclusion, you have your FAQs. You can have a section down below here. You can automate this with AI that is tailored, right? A call to action section that says, listen, you've read through the article, you know how to do it. If you want to do it yourself, we recommend this product, this product, and this product, and you link out to your Shopify store, right? If you have one, for example, if you have a dog grooming business, maybe you have the service of grooming the dog, but maybe you also recommend some products. Even if you don't have your own products, you can link to Amazon and make money with affiliate links, right? And so my goal here is that, yes, the content needs to be valuable, but you also need to have in the back of your mind, how do I monetize this content, right? How do I monetize this content? Because again, you also, I don't say that you shouldn't be targeting by low buying intent keywords. If you do target low buying intent keywords like how to groom a golden retriever, try to monetize the content somehow. With affiliate links, or for example, say if you want to come in, if you live in New York City, you want us to do it for you. Go here, book a call or book a time in our contacts page. Right? Have dedicated calls to action section. So have a high value piece of content, but then try to make sure that you can convey and funnel these people to your offer, to your product, whatever it is. Right? And again, this is actually a good example. The lower the buying intent is, the higher in the funnel they are. So we have top of the funnel content, we call it tofu, right? Which is, for example, how to groom a golden retriever. We have bottom of the funnel content, which is where can I groom my golden retriever right now? I want to buy it. I want to hire someone to do it for me, right? That's bottom of the funnel because they're lower down the funnel, which is if they reach the bottom, they pay you, right? High top of the funnel content is where you capture the biggest pie or the biggest pie of the market, right? The biggest size of the market, because there's more people searching for how to groom a golden retriever than people searching for where can I groom my dog in New York City, right? But the more specific it is, the highest the buying intent, the closest they are to the end of the funnel, or the closer they are to making money. Now, if you're producing top of the funnel content, you want to make sure you find ways to slowly trickle them down to being to the lowest part of the funnel. And the way, again, you can do this is by adding custom calls to action in your articles, right? Super, super important. Now, if you're leveraging AI to produce content, whether that's ChatGPT or Journalist AI or any other tool, right, you want to make sure that the content is brand tailored. It's very important, right? Because again, when, let's say AI didn't exist, right? It had to be you or some marketing team on your marketing department or some agency you hired to produce the content. Now, those people would have to have some knowledge about your brand, about how you convey yourself, your brand's mannerisms, your brand's tone of voice, how you speak, what you say, what you don't say, the images you use, right? Essentially how you convey yourself. So it's very important to be able to produce content that's tailored to your brand, right? Brand tailored content, not just some generic AI ChatGPT type of content. And let me explain to you why this is very important, right? Let's say your brand, right? Your brand is made out of assets, right? An asset is your website is an asset, is a brand asset. Your LinkedIn page is a brand asset. Your Facebook page is a brand asset. Any text documents you have, even any audio documents you have, etc. Right? All of these are brand assets, right? And with AI, you're able to connect the AI with your brand. And now that the AI has all of this brand context, it's able to produce, as I said, brand tailored content that uses your brand's tone of voice, your brand's mannerisms, your brand's images, right? It's able to, it's as if the AI is now yourself. It's as if the AI is now the owner of the brand. So it has all this context. So it's able to produce content that has every past blog post into context, every Facebook post, every single thing that about your brand, the AI has in its mind. So it's able to, it knows as much as you do, essentially. It knows as much as you being the brand owner. It knows as much as you do. The AI knows as much as you do about your brand. Like, so again, it's as if you had a second brain producing content for your brand, tailored for your brand. And you can do this in journalist AI. I'm not sure about other softwares, but just go here. It's knowledge base. You connect your brand. And again, the AI is connected with the knowledge base and it's able to produce brand tailored content. So non-ChatGPT generic content, right? Very, very important. Now, how do you actually make money with this, right? I've spoken about a bit on this video on how to make money, but one thing you can do, and I'll go over these case studies right now, is leverage international markets, right? These guys right here, Rova, they're a fintech, they're an multi-7, 8-figure business, right? Again, like I said before, they bought a bank for 35 million euros, and they're hiring almost 100 people, so they're doing something good, right? And what they're doing here is essentially they're targeting the Portuguese market. They're a fintech. They're essentially a bank, right? And the people pay them to access their banking services, right? Simple, right? They take a fee. They have also a premium plan, right? Simple, right? And the thing is that unfortunately, Portugal is one of the countries in Europe where there's the financial literacy is we're a bit illiterate, right? We don't know anything about personal finance, how taxes work, how to save up for retirement, what accounting is, right? We have a very low financial literacy, right? And so what they did is that they noticed this, right? They noticed that Portuguese people have this issue, which is, it is what it is, right? And so they started producing content in this exact space, right? What's tax, what's IRS, what's corporate tax, what type of accounting there is, how to pay taxes, what taxes you should pay, on how to pay them, right? Essentially teaching the Portuguese person anything and everything they need to know about personal finance, right? And because in Portugal there is a lot of demand for this type of content, but not that much supply in actual Portuguese, written in Portuguese, because again, there's a bunch of content on YouTube for Americans, but again, the financial system in America is very different from the financial system in Portugal, as well as any other country in the world. Like each and every single country has their own financial systems, right? So it differs, right? And so they started producing content in Portuguese tailored to this audience. And in just a few months, right? I know this isn't a huge number right here, but the growth rate is insane, right? They're ranking for almost 160 keywords and the traffic grew from 0 to over here, right? And they're leveraging AI and they're leveraging this exact software. Again, you don't need to use it. I'm just using this as an example. You can use ChatGPT. You can use anything you want, right? You can even use it manually. You can even write content manually. But I'll go over why you should use AI in a second here. But my point right here is they're targeting and leveraging international markets to acquire these types of clients. And they're able to do it at a fast pace because they're leveraging AI. Now, there's a bunch more examples that are actually a pretty cool use case for AI, which is we have this guy right here that has a Shopify store, right? They sell, I won't tell you what they sell, but they sell a product all throughout Europe, right? And they have a Shopify store, right, where you can buy the products, but they also have a blog associated with the brand. So if you go to the store or to the website /blog, right, they have a page where they have multiple, right, blog posts posted, right, targeting certain keywords, right, that rank for those certain keywords, right? And of course, all these blog posts are properly optimized. If we expand on one of these blog posts, they all have a featured image, a table of contents, right? Proper content structuring with in-article images, in-article videos, bullets, tables, quotes, internal links. So these blogs interlink between each other in a way that makes sense. External links linking out to other authoritative sources in the niche, right? All these are properly optimized, right? And they have this blog in English, right? But now what they started doing is, because they sell all throughout Europe, they started to create multiple blogs, right, in all of these different languages, in Portuguese, right? So for /PT, in Spanish /ES, in Italian, right? All these, this is Italian, right? In French, right? All these unique pages. And again, all these are pages that have individual blog posts in them, right? All these ones in Portuguese, all these ones in Spanish, right? Again, all these blog posts are similar to this one, right? All these ones in Italian, and again, all these ones in French, and they have a bunch of them for multiple different countries in Europe, right? And what they're doing is they're bringing in a ton of traffic to their Shopify store because they're leveraging these international markets and they're ranking for local keywords, so keywords in the local language, and then they drive traffic to their product, right? These articles, these individual articles for each individual country are ranking for individual keywords in those countries, right? And they're aggregating the traffic and linking in people to the main Shopify store to sell them their product. And of course, the Shopify store then it is translated to each different country. Of course, it needs to make sense, right? But again, my point here is that they're leveraging international markets where oftentimes there is a lot of demand, but not enough supply, right, of content, right? And the way they can do this quite fast is by leveraging AI. And again, you don't need to use this, but if you do use it, you can do something pretty cool, which is go to Autoblogs right here, create new Autoblog, and you can essentially have multiple automatic blogs. So a blog that's generating and producing content on the backend. So you can even do 300 posts every day. Most people just do 5, so 5 every week, so Monday through Friday. And what this is doing is that it's connecting the AI with their site or their blog, and it's generating content plus publishing the content automatically. This also does keyword research, so you can generate the content based off of the keyword research, like I showed before. And also it's indexing the content automatically in Google via this thing right here. And as soon as the blog posts are published to their blogs, right, they are automatically being syndicated to social media, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, which is called X, to Facebook, right? They're automating all this, not just for one. They don't have just one Autoblog. They have multiple Autoblog, right? They have multiple automatic blogs running in the backend for multiple countries, targeting local keywords in those countries, right? And again, they're targeting international markets, but you can do this just for the English market, right? For multiple niches, right? And they can have unlimited Autoblogs, one for each, or one for each brand, for each client, or for the same brand, but different languages, right? And it is pretty cool what you can do with AI. And one thing that I do want to mention is that the reality is that, right, I give this analogy every single time, but I want to give it one more time. Think about it. Think about a flight of stairs, right? Where if you reach the top, we call the top success, right? Previously, without AI, you used to have to go up the stairs manually, right? You used to have to do keyword research, right? Then after doing the keyword research, you used to have to, okay, now I'm going to write the content or pay someone to write it for me, right? Now that it's written, okay, I need to complement this wall of text. I need to add images, right? But where am I going to find the images? Can I use them? Are they license free? Then I have to go and place them in the article. Same thing for videos. Now links, right? I have this piece of, I have this wall of text, right, with some images, right? But now maybe I want to link out to other articles of mine. Maybe I want to link out to other pages on my site. Maybe I want to link out to other authoritative sources in the niche, right? And so I need to find those sources, right? Then I need to find and read through my article and find, okay, where in my article what's going to be the anchor text, which is the little text you click to go to the site, right? All this takes so much time for internal links, for external links. Then I have to go and actually publish the content, then index it, then syndicate it to social media, right? I used to have to do all this manually. And the reality is that whether you're using ChatGPT or any other stuff, you skip ahead of the line, right? Because in this case, journalist AI, I know I'm promoting this heavily. This is my tool, full disclosure, but it's just the best for this, right? It does the keyword research automatically. Right? Then it does the content generation based off of this keyword research. Then the content posting, right? You can automate it or not. You can just do it manually. Then the content indexing, and then the social syndication of that same content to all your brand's social media platforms, right? And again, you skip ahead of the line, right? And you oftentimes, I give also this analogy. If you think about AI and the technology as a wrench, right? Yeah, I can tighten up a bolt with my hand one by one, or I can just use a wrench, right? And it's smart that I do it, right? Because I can tighten up more bolts faster. I get to be more productive. And AI is exactly that. AI technology, and it's not just applied to the online space, to the SEO space. It's applied to anything, right? Really. Tesla is building robots to replace factory workers, right? People that used to have 8-hour shifts. Now robots can come in and do 24-hour shifts, right? So they can increase the productivity, they can increase the output. And AI is exactly this. It is a tool, right? Instead of being and doing like this with the bolts, you can just use the wrench to tighten up more bolts faster, do more with it. And AI is exactly this. AI is a technology that you can leverage to do more faster. So again, instead of going up the steps one by one, you just skip ahead of the line, right? Because you are leveraging this technology. And a lot of people aren't yet using it. So if you use it for your agency, for your business, for anything you do, you skip ahead of all these people that are going up the steps manually. Because this right here, right, it takes a lot of time to go out and go here again and write an article like this. Now, I'm not saying that you can just take this and publish it straight to your blog. Maybe you want to proofread it, maybe you want to add some changes, but producing what you see here manually takes a ton of time. Sourcing the videos, sourcing the images, figuring out, okay, I'm going to add a link here. What's the anchor text and where am I going to link out to? I need to read this first to see if it makes sense, right? To see if it is, if it makes sense within the context of the article. This takes so much time. Then there's an FAQ section down here. There's a conclusion, right? Again, you're going up the flight of stairs one by one if you're doing it manually. And if there is this amazing technology called AI, why aren't you leveraging it, right? You need to leverage, otherwise you're going to get left behind. That's just the reality of the world right now. And what I just showed you is exactly how you can essentially automate 99% of the process with AI. Now, I mean 99.9% of the process because, of course, there always needs to be human input. And one thing that's missing here as well is SEO isn't just about writing blog posts, right? As you know, SEO has three main pillars, right? If we call this big ball SEO, right, has three main pillars. One is on-page SEO. The second one is off-page SEO. The third one is technical SEO, right? On-page SEO is everything that happens on the site, essentially the content you're producing, right? This is on-page SEO, how you produce it, what you write, how you write it, right? All this is on-page SEO. Off-page SEO is link building. So, for example, if you have a link, essentially backlink building. I have a course, I have a huge course on YouTube solely on link building. I'll link it down below. If I forget, let me know. But yeah, off-page is just link building. Technical SEO is the boring stuff like schema markup, meta tags, all this boring stuff, site speed, all that. And the reality is that you cannot succeed in SEO just with on-page SEO. You need to do and handle off-page and technical SEO. Now, the AI, and this AI in specific, helps you essentially automate most of the on-page SEO, right? But you cannot just do it with on-page SEO. You cannot just rank a site with on-page. You need the link building. You need to build links. Your site needs to be fast. Your site needs to have the proper meta text, meta descriptions. All this needs to be in place to have and build a successful SEO campaign. Because again, SEO isn't just about what I've just explained throughout this right here. Not just about the keyword research and all that. It's about these three main pillars. And again, I have a course. I think it's a 3 or 3 hour course on all this and goes over all this too. And I'll link it down below in the description. My goal with this video, my point with this video is to teach you how to use and how to leverage AI for blogging, because you can do it today. It is a technology that is in place and you can leverage. And again, I mentioned this tool because it is the best in the business, right? It does so much for you. It does keyword research. It syndicates social media. It even builds links for you, which is, I won't go over this right now, but it builds links for you automatically. It is super cool. I'll leave a link down below in the description for this if you want to try it out. And to generate articles, just go here to generate articles. And this is the input, right, you give to the AI. Just as if you were using ChatGPT, right? In ChatGPT, you give it an input. Here, you also give it an input, right? You say, okay, how many articles do I want to generate? I want to generate 300 articles, right? Do I want videos in my articles? Yes or no, right? I can automate this, right? I can say yes, and it will write the article, and then go on YouTube and find, okay, what's the most relevant video I can find that makes sense to include in the article. If you don't want to automate it, just disable this and add your links here manually. You can, if you want to add images, right? Do you want images? What type of images do you want? These ones. If you want AI images, if you do choose AI images, you can select a prompt, right? Make them look realistic, illustrative, right? Black and white, Simpson-like. I don't know. You can play around with this, right? If you want external links, if you want internal links, the structure, right? Enabling and disable all these sections, selecting the article length, selecting the headings if you want to automate them or not. This is actually a pretty cool feature, right? Again, what I'm going over here is the input you give to the AI so that the output is the article you saw, right? The better the input, the better the output, right? And you can just automate this, or if you just make this manual, you can type in the headings right here. For example, if I do this H2 right here, the ones that I leave blank will be generated with AI. But if I type in this right here, these headings will be generated by AI, but taking into account this right here, right? If I, for example, type this right here, right, these will be generated with AI, this and this one, but taking into account this heading and this heading, right? So it's a pretty powerful tool, but I'll leave you to test it out for yourself. Here, right here, you can add your custom call to action. If I add my Shopify store link URL here in my article, right, in my article at the bottom, right, there's going to be a custom section with a call to action to my product or service, right? That is in line with what the whole article is about. The section, sorry, isn't just placed in here randomly, right? It is a custom call to action at the bottom of each article linking to my product or service or whatever I'm promoting, right? You can enable and disable all this. You can connect this to the web so that the content is actually up to date. You can connect your brand, like I said before, you can connect your knowledge base right here. So again, by connecting your brand with AI, the AI is able to produce brand-tailored content with your brand's tone of voice, brand's mannerisms, all that. Content, right? You can select the language. There's over 150 different languages. So again, if you're targeting international markets, this makes perfect sense, right? Produce content in Portuguese, French, Italian, Spanish, whatever you want, right? You can select the target country. It's very important, right? Because you can be producing content in English, but people in the UK speak English, people in the US speak English, people in Canada speak English, people in Australia speak English. But it's not just about the language, it's about the target country, because you don't want to be producing a content for an Australian website that has links to sources in the US. It might not make sense. So it's important to select the target country. You can change the creativity levels right here. You can change the tone of voice. You can change the point of view. You can change the formality. You can even add custom instructions to the AI, or you can even force it so that it includes certain keywords. And then you can produce content based off of titles, based off of a description, based off of keywords, or based off of the keyword monitor, which is what we saw before, right? Based off of the keywords that we, based on your URL, country, and language, find that are relevant to your business, right? And this is all done for you on autopilot. And this is why, again, I think this is one of the best tools. But again, going back to this, know that AI blogging isn't just about, again, producing content. There's so much more. There's like a huge like iceberg, right? And you're only seeing the top, right? You're only working here, but you need to work on the whole thing, right? Because that's how you succeed, right? And again, these guys are doing it, right? These guys are doing it well. These guys are doing it great. These are also a bunch of case studies right here. And this is all done by leveraging AI. Now, you need to know and have the basics of and the fundamentals of SEO in place, and think about AI as a tool that allows you to do SEO just faster, right? Just a tool that allows you to do stuff faster, because I know how to tighten up a bolt. Right? I know how to tighten a bolt. I know how to do SEO. It's the same thing. And if I'm given a tool that allows me to tighten up the bolt but faster, I'm going to leverage and use that tool. And so Vasco, I know how to do SEO. These guys right here know how to do SEO. They're just leveraging AI as a technology to allow them to do it faster and better, right? And iterate faster. That's all it is. That's what AI is, right? And that's what this AI right here, ChatGPT, any other AI helps you do, right? It's all about how fast you can go. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. I'll link down below a course on the off-page SEO, on the technical SEO. I have all this is free, by the way. I'm not charging you for courses. And yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.